the Scottish Warrior, the former world heavyweight champion, for 5 minutes and 18 seconds.
Oh, no.
He got screwed. Bamboozled. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew McIntyre. I'm on your side, Drew. We got 2 minutes left on ESPN, but the world needs to see you before we go on to YouTube and ESPN Plus. This man is supposed to be a champion. This man is supposed to be the face of WWE.
What?
And it feels like everybody's working against you, Drew. Do you agree with that?
Feels like everyone's working against me these days, be it CM Punk, be it fellow members of the roster, or be it your colleague on commentary, Michael Cole, talking trash about me every single week.
Get him, Drew.
You know, The Rock loves you. The Rock is a part of re-signing you, keeping you in the WWE, being a WWE superstar, being one of the faces of the WWE. And you got Michael Cole just being a little bastard every single week. How are we going to handle this? How do we move forward, Drew? What are the next steps for the Scottish Warrior?
Well, I suggest you have a talk with Michael Cole. You know, he's got, the most powerful voice in WWE. He controls the narrative in WWE, whether people realize it or not. He puts the thoughts in their head that they're constantly thinking. And at one time, he was telling them Drew McIntyre's the centerpiece of WWE. He got us through the pandemic. I did. And these days, he calls me delusional. He calls me a hypocrite. As appropriate, he comes from the background he does in the mainstream media. He controls the narrative at WWE. And right now, I don't like the message he's putting out about Drew McIntyre. I suggest you get in his ear, or I'm going to get in his face, and I'm going to start smacking him around because he's using that power irresponsibly.
He's a senior citizen, Drew. He's a senior citizen. Let's never forget that. He's been in WWE 27 years. Let's not break his jaw.
Well, if he keeps on the path he's on, I'm going to break him verbally, then I'm going to break him physically. That's what it's coming to at this point. I'm getting pretty PO'd. Well, Michael Cole, every single week I listen to him. It's like we don't watch the shows back. We don't hear what he's saying. I hear him every single week delivering that message, controlling the narrative like he does, saying that I'm delusional, whatever. I've not lied once, Pat. You play every single clip for the past 3-4 years of Drew McIntyre. I'm not saying in the past I wasn't a bad guy. I ain't a bad guy these days. I'm a truthful guy. And the world doesn't like the truth apparently anymore. Michael Cole apparently doesn't like the truth anymore. It's just a reflection of society. You tell the truth, suddenly you're a bad guy. You find one lie I've said, I'll call you a liar because I ain't lied once.
I keep standing on business.
That's right.
Yeah.
Isn't that what he's doing?
Yeah.
He's standing on business out there, Drew McIntyre. And before the boys have their question, I want to let you know, when I told the boys this morning Drew McIntyre is going to be on today, big pop out of everybody.
Yeah.
Big pop out of everybody. The boys love Drew McIntyre. Now, Michael Cole might be, speaking out of both sides of his mouth. And that's what Michael Cole does. He's the voice of the WWE.
I'm giving him the heads up. I give the heads up privately. I'm giving you the heads up on your show to get in his ear. He's going to see this. And he either changes his ways. Do you think I don't watch the show back? Of course, I'm a professional. I watch the product. Every week I hear him spreading those lies, and it's getting to the point. I'm calling him out live on your show right now. When we get back to my freaking show, the mood I'm in recently, thanks to CM Punk, Damian Priest, and all these other idiots on the roster that think they're the ones that should be leading the charge for WWE. I'm going to start getting violent, and nobody's more violent than a 6'5", 280-pound Scottish man with a freaking sword that the Rock sent him.
Hell yeah!
Wow. It's great to see the sword back in your hand, I would like to say. And the bigger the sword, the more pleasure to be had, is what they say, right?
So they say. I try to keep it PG, especially my wife in the other room. But yeah, that is what they say.
Okay, let's talk about you and CM Punk. Michael Cole said you're obsessed with him. Do you think that's accurate? Do you think he is maybe taking advantage of your obsession and made you look dumb? Like, for instance, on Monday, he was up in his suite. You go running to his suite. Now he's down in a ring. They're saying, not me, but others are saying, this guy looks like a big, dumb Scottish idiot up in the suite while CM Punk's down in the ring. What are your thoughts on CM Punk, and do you think you're maybe a little over-obsessed with him? Are you keeping your eye on the target, or are you missing some things because of your obsession?
Maybe if Michael Cole thought for a second to be a journalist and ask me some of the hard-hitting questions, he would understand more why I feel the way I feel about CM Punk. I've referenced it repeatedly. I won't go into details right now, but we were on the roster together when I was just a kid from the age 22 to age 26. He was somebody that could have been a leader for me, and he actively hurt my career when I was younger. And people were like, oh, just forget the past. I hear about it all the time. When it comes to the bloodline, it comes to some of the other things going on in WWE. Just forget the past, forgive and forget. I can't forget if you literally ruined my life. And right now, you look like a big dumb idiot chasing CM Punk. No, I was saying, mate, get in my face. You screwed me at the World Title WrestleMania. Just face me like a man. You're playing games where I'm chasing you around. No, like, who's the coward here? Who's the, again, PG, P word here? He is. If I'm look like an idiot chasing him around, okay, fair enough. But he's not willing to fight me like a man. I'm going to end up showing up at his doorstep. Embarrass me at WrestleMania. It was 5 minutes and 46 seconds, by the way.
Sorry.
I had the title for before he cheated me out of it.
Sorry.
And I'm getting ready to show up to Chicago like I don't know where he lives and start smacking him around. We're grown-ass men. We're going to handle it grown-ass ways. And that's my fist in your face.
Well, I think he's still recovering from his injury, obviously.
Oh, deadums. I talked about this on Monday as well. You know what happened at Mania when he attacked me from behind, swept my legs out? He fractured my elbow. This elbow right here, broken bones in it. You know what I did the next day? I wrestled in a four-way match that I would have won if it wasn't for CM Punk. I've been taping up every week. I did a European tour where I wrestled Jey Uso every single night. He's sitting on his couch, collecting his big paycheck, thinking how he can kiss corporate arse to keep cashing those checks while I'm putting in the work. Who's the bad guy? Who's the delusional one? Who's the hypocrite?
Love it.
You're speaking a lot of sense here.
Am I lying? Am I lying?
No, if somebody called you a liar.
Stop me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah, they would be liar. They would be lying if they were to say you were a liar. Now, I like CM Punk, but Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Drew, this could
Yeah, you know him as he is today, an ass kisser. He kisses your ass constantly.
Well, I don't mind
One,
that.
you're a nice guy. Two, you've got all that power. He's a corporate kiss arse. And, mate, you don't dress in the suit, but you got power.
Hey, listen. Hey, McIntyre, I don't care if somebody's fake nice to me or real nice to me. As long as they're nice to me, I'm appreciative of it. You know what I mean? I'd rather they be fake nice. And CM Punk has certainly been that since he's gotten back. Now, to you, it's a whole different story. Now, with that being said, Ty has a question.
Yeah, Drew, I couldn't agree more with your points there. He is a corporate kiss arse. There's no two ways about it. And this could be a little extreme. I don't know if I would consider it that, but have you considered maybe just one of these nights, just saying, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take Angela. I'm going to pick her up here. And I'm just going to behead CM Punk in the middle of the ring. I'm just going to slice his head off, and then I can take his big, dumb, corpse of a head and just carry that with me everywhere. Don't need the WWE title, okay? No. You just take around CM Punk's head to everyone in the locker room. You say, hey, who's the big bad wolf now, okay? Don't forget what this guy can do. And if you don't want to go that far, that's fine. Then maybe you just deliver not one, not two, but 3 claimer kicks to that big, dumb, stupid mouth of his. Just something to consider.
That's some good ideas. I mean, I love the sword idea, aside going to jail. I just think that would be the easy way out. He just doesn't deserve the easy way out. He deserves to be tortured. He deserves to be beaten over and over. Even the Claymore, I have to jump up and fall down myself. It hurts me. I just want to punch his stupid face to my knuckles. Actually, it hurts my knuckles. I want to forearm his stupid face once there's bone heals. Until he's unconscious, not quite finished yet, so he can come back around and I can do it again. And I want to make his life complete hell. He says he wants to make my life hell. He made my hell life when I was a kid. When I was young, I was naive. I was new to America. I could barely figure out how to pay bills, never mind operate in WWE. And he could have helped me. He could have helped navigate those waters instead of actively hurting me. But I figured it out. I'm one of the top dogs in WWE. I will be the top dog like I was once again. And as I said, I'm a big, giant, angry monster now. And I'm going to smack him around. And he breaks so easy. I don't want to hit him too hard. The guy's made of freaking glass. Every time I break him, he goes away, he rehabs. And I know he'll keep coming back like a Terminator. So I need to figure out how to take him out for good.
Jeez. I wonder if CM Punk's hearing all this.
I think so.
Oh, he's going to hear it. He watches me constantly. He doesn't reply on the internet because he knows he can't keep up. He's like, oh, Drew, his Twitter fingers. Oh, that's all you're good at, whatever. No. Do I seem like the average troll? I'll tear you apart on social media. Oh, yeah. Then I'll step from behind the keyboard. I'll tear you apart physically. And if I wasn't married, I'd take your girl too. That's the kind of troll I am.
Go,
hell yeah, Drew.
Jeez, you're my mom's favorite superstar, as I've told you before. Because I think.
Hi, Mom.
Don't steal her.
Watch your mouth, Drew.
Please.
Okay, Drew, we don't need this right now. But you come out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fucking movie here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Just absolutely shredded.
Yeah.
Somehow way too athletic, too. Mm-hmm. Like the kip up at 200 and what? How much do you weigh?
Right now, about 282.
How tall?
6'5.5", and it's a half inch. It makes all the difference.
Amen. That's what I've been saying this whole time. And then, what's your body fat? Do you get that tested?
No, I don't test that. I don't have a diet as such or anything. I just lift heavy weights. I eat lots of food like a man. I don't measure that. I don't watch what I eat. I just put the work in the gym, the work in the ring. That's all I do.
You're a fucking weapon, dude. Go ahead, AJ.
Drew, why do you think this? Like, why are you getting screwed over? Why is all of this happening? Are people intimidated by you, your good looks, and your strength, and what you may or may not do to them? Like, why do you think this is happening, and how good is it going to feel once you're back on top and you are the king of the jungle?
I feel great when I'm back on top. I don't know why. Things have been going the way they've gone. I feel like a lot of people are against me on our roster, and I guess it's just WWE's on fire right now. We've never been in history. We're making billion-dollar deals left and right. We've got the billion-dollar man, Nick Khan, closing all these deals for us left and right. At the top, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of opportunities if you get to the top. And I've been to the top, and whatever people are trying to do to stop me getting to the top, it's not going to happen because I know this industry too well. I'll figure it out backstage. If you try to politic your way ahead of me, I'll just beat you down and I'll get myself ahead of you because I know how this game works and I'm too big and wise. And that's why I've staying with WWE for the foreseeable future. I wasn't going to go anywhere if anybody out there was unsure, reading those internet rumors or whatever. We're just in a place where, I had to get things right for my family. I got with Nick Khan, I got with Triple H, they were so understanding, and we got things right for the future. Drew McIntyre was never going to go away from WWE, and it's awesome that The Rock made that announcement. It's the first time he's done that for anybody in a roster, that Drew McIntyre's re-signed with WWE. And I want to talk about something positive, an inspirational headline. I was fired in 2014 by WWE, and I deserved to get fired. I needed to get fired to truly find myself. And 10 years later, The Rock's announcing that Drew McIntyre's re-signed with WWE. For anyone out there who's made it, and then you get knocked down in your butt, you got to keep fighting. You got to keep pushing forward. You got to leave no stone unturned. Put the work in. Be accountable to the person in the mirror. You can do freaking anything. I've done it time and time again, and this is the most recent incident of it.
Hell yeah.
Go.
Hell yeah, Drew.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, we as WWE fans are pumped to hear that you're never going anywhere else and you're sticking around for a while. The man you've mentioned a few times there, Nick Khan, there was some internet rumors about him too, selling stock and shares and everything like that. After talking to Sources, can report some breaking news. That's not true. Has never sold a single share of any stock since getting to the WWE. Hasn't even put them up for sale, which is an entire process to do that. So that was a bunch of bullshit as well. So when you're talking about the WWE climbing, I love that you're going to be around, and I love that Nick Khan is going to be around. Things are seemingly, swimmingly beautiful for the WWE, but this man needs to stop getting screwed. It was evident the other night, Khan, man.
Yeah, Drew, it's pretty ridiculous. We talked about it. When the draft started in round one, pick one's getting about to be, announced. Are you preparing to walk out there because, like us, you just assumed you were the number one overall pick? Or what was that kind of reaction and feeling when you realized that you were sliding down the board?
I don't know the right word for it. I was frustrated, but it's not even frustration. I'm not angry. Like, oh, this is like whatever. I'm going to start cracking heads. It's just, this is stupid. This is actually stupid. Let's just look at this situation. I think I said to the APA, Ron Simmons and John Bradshaw Layfield that were out there, they're known for being heavy drinkers. And I said, have you been getting all these guys in the war rooms drunk, the general managers drunk since Friday to Monday? And that's why they're making stupid decisions like drafted Drew McIntyre in the third round. It doesn't even make me angry. It just perplexes me. And I had to just point out, anybody in this arena can walk up to me, look me in the eye and say, this is sensible. This makes sense. I'll call you a freaking liar, as I keep saying over and over and over. I'm just constantly perplexed, constantly shocked, and constantly just pointing out hypocrisy and stupidity in WWE.
Are you using
most of it relates to me?
Yeah, amen. Once we found out that you were not we weren't able to catch Friday's show live because I was in West Virginia and I was politicking for fans for the spring game, so I had to go to every bar in town that I went to.
Good for you.
It was a great time, Drew. Hey, proper night in more. I mean, we had a
proper night. Tell you, I'll never have a drink with you, CM Punk. That guy's a good time. Give him a Pepsi all night.
What do you mean?
Swing. He's straight edge, AJ. He doesn't drink or anything. Yeah, which is
Yeah, I said this on TV once. Yeah, the most ironic thing about him is, the straight edge thing, yet he spends all his time in rehab.
Okay, it's because he gets hurt. It's because he gets hurt. All right, okay. All right.
There you go, the penny drop.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the draft live. So on Monday before Raw, we pulled up all the draft selections from Friday night. And the first reaction from everybody was, wait, Raw, nobody's drafted Drew fucking McIntyre? What do we even? How do we even get through a full first night without that taking place? It's all going to come back. Are these chips on your shoulder, or are these distractions for you?
I mean, everything just I wouldn't say a chip on my shoulder. Everything is like, all right, if that's how you feel, I'll keep proving you wrong. I've proved everyone wrong for my whole freaking life since I was a kid in Scotland, and nobody had ever been signed from Scotland directly to WWE. And I said I'm going to do it. And everyone around me, the 5 million Scottish people, to put things in perspective, there's 65 million people in England. And I said, what makes it you so special? How are you going to be the first person signed from Scotland directly to WWE? And I said, I'm going to make it happen one way or another. And I did. And I had everything. I let it slip away. As I mentioned, I got fired. And I said to my wife, I remember, I'm going to be back. And I'm not just going to be making up the numbers. I refuse to make up the numbers. I'm going to be the top of the heap, one of the top superstars in WWE, and eventually the top superstar in WWE. And I know things are going to come my way. Obstacles are going to get in my way. And I'm going to keep smashing right through it. I'm going to keep putting in the work. I'm going to keep making sure I look like a WWE superstar. I wish some more of our superstars actually put in the work. It seems like these days I'm constantly being asked, why don't half the roster look like wrestlers when it's, new fans that are coming in or people getting eyes on WWE for the first time? I mean, I don't want to crap all over people. I'm just saying, unless you've got something that makes you so unique, to stand out, and you have a certain, it factor about you, and people have that. A lot of our roster that aren't larger than life, they pass the airport test. Somebody that walks through an airport, your eyes are drawn to them. You can't figure out why. You don't have to be my size to have that. But for goodness sake, at least look like an athlete.
Yeah, back in the day, it used to be like superheroes. Like, hey, these are superhumans that are out here representing as superstars. And when you walk by, especially if you're wearing a kilt, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That guy in a kilt.
I usually am.
What's under your kilt?
Nothing. Except on TV and the PG thing. Kills me as a Scotsman to wear something under there, but yeah, aside the show getting cancelled, I might get cancelled when I get home.
Okay, got it. Okay, I understand. Yeah, let's keep the dong in. Let's not go dongs out with our kilt. Tone Diggs has a question for you.
Yeah, Drew, you kind of just took the words out of my mouth there when you talk about looking like an absolute superstar. And then after the draft, I was looking at the Monday Night Raw roster, and I said, man, there's one fucking guy who's going to carry this show every Monday night, and that's Drew McIntyre, okay? Is there a pressure that comes with carrying Monday Night Raw every week? I know you carried us through COVID, but is it any different now?
Not for myself, but there is a pressure that comes with being the champion, being the man, and having those responsibilities. My journey has prepared me for literally anything. I said that all through my career, especially when I came back to WWE, and Triple H brought me back in 2017. I mentioned how instrumental he was, keeping me in the company. And I said right up until I won the title the first time, there's nothing you can throw at me. I'm so prepared. I've been through so many experiences in this industry to carry this company, and the world shut down. And I was the first one to have that responsibility. And from what I gather, I did a pretty decent job at it. And I see some of our newer champions, the kind of deer in the headlight look when they first get that title and they realize their responsibility. And it's usually that first championship run that's okay, that was a lot. I wasn't ready for that, but the next time I'll be ready for it. And some people just crumble under the pressure. There's literally nothing you can throw at me. I'm ready for it all. I'm ready to put the company on my back. I always have been. And we have such a huge amount of talent now that are capable of that. It's good to have so much competition, like a Cody Rhodes, a Seth Rollins, a Roman Reigns. Like, these superstars are just unbelievable. They know this industry inside out. And us competing with each other for that top spot is just good for the industry.
How about Braun Strowman's back? You scared about all the meat that showed up there the other night?
So much meat. That is a freaking monster. That is a superstar. We're WWE, we're a variety show. We need guys that I'm a big, more the trucker, but then we need those, I'm trying to use a freak show word, but those attractions, like an Omos or a Braun. Like, those guys are like, is he even the same species as me? And people say that about me. I look at him and think that.
Yeah, well, you are yeah. Every time you come out and do your shit, I literally have to say the same thing every time, like, not all men are created fucking equal. Okay, we need to just understand that whenever we look at, and then the flames come out from the. Oh my god! Oh, what a moment there. Do you still get nerves? You still feel nerves whenever you go out there? You still get the butterflies, or what does it feel?
Butterflies, yeah.
Butterflies. You get excited? You get excited to go out?
Yeah, I mean, this is all I've wanted to do, and I feel very fortunate to be able to do it. And as I said, getting fired is amazing for perspective. And people ask me, how do you keep the head? No matter what the situation is, I always recommend get fired. And I broke my neck one time. Like, things like that have given me such perspective that I'm appreciative of any opportunity that I get. And the day I don't have the butterflies, no matter how big the show is, how many people are there, if it's televised or not televised, is the day I stop.
D-But's got one last question for you here. Drew, we appreciate you.
Yeah, Drew, as a kid, was there one match that stood out? We've been talking obviously about the superstars. Is there one match, I know we're similar in age, that stood out that you said, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
And I knew the second I saw wrestling, you know, I was gonna do this. There's a story I tell in my book, My Chosen Destiny, available now, where I guess I had a family meeting and I told the family, you know, I'm going to be in WWE one day. And of course, my parents were like, sure, because every kid says I'm going to be an astronaut, I'm going to be a football player in America, like a baseball player or whatever. I'm going to ride a T-Rex professionally, and you grow out of it. You know, I never ever grew out of it. That's what I was going to do. But thinking of all the matches that struck me as a kid, when I want to be like that, I want to be this good. There was WrestleMania 13, Bret the Hitman Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Right. Even at my age at the time, which, my goodness, I was probably not even a teenager yet, they told the perfect story, everything that was good about our industry, the physicality in the ring, but more importantly, and the biggest thing in our industry is an emotional connection with our audience. That's something you can't really teach. It's something you either have or you don't have, or can be developed through time. Like Pat had it instantly. You have that it factor, you have that connection with our audience almost instantly, and that match had everything. And it struck me as a kid how good it was, and the older and more educated I got in our industry, the more I appreciated it more.
Feels like our age grew up in an era where, you know, it was hard not to be just attracted to WWE and to wrestling as a whole. And, you know, some of us get to live out a dream every single, I still feel that way every time I show up in an arena. I'm like, I can't believe I get to be here. Now, for you
can feel that. The fans feel that. They can't necessarily articulate it all the time, but they can feel when something's real, when it's not real, which is ironic, consider how some people feel about our industry. But they can feel when you're touching them, like, this person is feeling this. They're in the moment. They're present. This is real to them. We feel that. It's real to us.
Hell yeah. You know, there was a moment that was very real just like 2 weeks ago. And if you ever need my mic, just go ahead, just go ahead and fucking take it. You know what I mean, Drew? There's nothing I can do. 6'5.5", 280, just starts yelling. I'm like, here, use the microphone. You need to do that more often.
That was my indoor voice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 6'5.5", 280, indoor voice. That's great. As we wrap up this wonderful conversation with the Scottish Warrior, the last man to be the world heavyweight champion has not gotten his rematch. And I believe there is a rematch clause.
Come on.
You know, in championship. I don't know if it has to be more than 5 minutes and 46 seconds, though. That's not a shot. That's real. I don't know what the rules are.
No, the rules change when it comes to Drew McIntyre, apparently. But, you know, it's a story of my life. I just go with the flow. I keep pushing forward. Now we know, as I said, thanks to The Rock's announcement, thanks to Triple H, thanks to Nick Khan, and you know, I'll be with WWE for the future for years and years. I'm excited where we're going, and I'm excited to start smacking some heads around now that I know I'm going to be here. And again, Michael, you're listening. I know you're listening.
Wow.
Please correct what you're telling the world. We know what's happening with Punk, and I'm going to get my hands on that title. So, Priest, enjoy it. I said now he's a transitional champion. I meant it. This is his moment. Please enjoy that moment, Priest. You've worked a long time. You've got a very inspiring story. This is your time. Get the time in, because when I'm taking the title, it's not going anywhere for a long time.
That's El Campeon, Damian Priest, who cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Drew McIntyre after he was taken out by CM Punk at WrestleMania, right on our commentary.
Yeah.
2 feet away from me. It was history obviously happening. Michael Cole has responded. He's currently on a plane to Lyon, France. You know, he's got to do some press events. He said to me, "You're a massive prick. Way to defend your partner. Senior citizen? Fuck you." On a plane to France and had to watch that clip. My phone's blowing up. Why don't you stick up for me? Well, I want to let you know, Drew, I don't like what you said about Michael Cole, but I will say.
Do it now.
Yeah.
But you notice he didn't mention me once.
No so shit. You're Scottish Warrior.
Cole's a wuss.
Yeah, there's a reason. Drew, we appreciate the hell out of you, brother. It's an honor to watch you work on Mondays. Can't wait to see you next week.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you all having me, lads. And Pat, I'll see you next Monday. Hopefully people will learn something, especially in WWE from this interview.
Maybe they'll learn Michael Cole's a bitch, dog.
There we go. Can I say bitch? And Michael Cole, stop being a little bitch. I work hard for this place.
Whoa. Hell yeah.
Don't say that about Cole, Drew. But if you do, it's all right by me. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew McIntyre. All right, let's get to a break. That's awesome.